It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see this team's star tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. And
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Portland club, they come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Off play action. Sheldon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Now a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Sheldon. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Harris. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Operating from the gun, Sheldon. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Sheldon escaping the pressure, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And the defense rises to the challenge. They get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them now in his 8th year in the NFL.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's McKinney, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Following the fumble recovery, Sheldon. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Over the middle, complete. It's McKinney. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Fulton, and he'll take this down to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Sheldon. Looking middle, and that's complete. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll look to throw again. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw again. That'll be caught out right by Allison. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
3rd and 2.
They'll drop to throw. He shakes him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack, and speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Caught by Gates, left side.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Allison. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, Don't jump early and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
That time a 6-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Sheldon. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sheldon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the bootleg, Sheldon. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Fulton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Sheldon.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
This is taken at the 23. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, McKinney. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's McKinney, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
The slot man in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Call that a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Holding. Offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this 1st half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 3rd down, Fulton. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. It's fielded at the 45. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
3rd and 4.
Now back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd down and 13.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime.
Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And this offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2nd and 6. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. In motion goes the tight end. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Fulton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle.
Fulton, and he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Sheldon. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's McKinney. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
They'll set up to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Fulton, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards. 1st and 10. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. They'll run on first down. Fulton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Sheldon.
That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Sheldon. Gates with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
2nd and a couple.
Off the bootleg. Sheldon. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Up the middle they go. Fulton fighting to stay upright, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 22-yard scamper, and his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The offense on third down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Operating from the gun, Sheldon toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Fulton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. That's McLaughlin. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Sheldon.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gates has it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Sheldon. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the 1st. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on 1st down. It's McKinney. Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd and 11. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Middle of the field to Allison. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Open here is Allison. That's complete.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
They'll try the left side. McKinney.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted. Inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Portland, it's just more heartache as they drop their 12th game of the season. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.